hi everybody. Welcome back to Empire Fit Talk. We've got
Coach Suzanne.
Coach Ehab.
and Coach Gavi. So today we're going to be talking about food.
Yes.
Food. We got 3 foodies here, so we'll be talking about what's the difference between whole foods and soul food. So to kick things off, in Empire Fit Club, we like to define whole foods and soul food. So what do you guys think about what does it mean for a food to be whole foods and what is a soul food for?
I don't know. For me, whole food is food that my body needs, like to function.
Yeah.
Perhaps, or to reach my goal, whatever it is. That's the whole food. Soul food is what my body doesn't need, but makes me happy to have it. Gitu. Soul food, yeah, food for the soul, I guess.
What about you, Coach Ehab?
I think for the food is what makes you what your body need to recover. So this is how I see it. I just need this food to make my body just like feel better again, or like fix it or repair it, so I can
Recovery.
just like keep going with whatever I'm doing, like working out or like living or something, surviving. But for the soul food, it what makes me like santai.
Santai. Santai peeps.
Something that I like to have as to make me off mood or just like relax or like, focus on whatever I want to do, like alone by myself, like soul food, something like this. Yeah.
This is king of soul food, by the way, guys. If you guys don't know yet, Ehab loves with a lot of martabak. Alright, so what you guys said, whole food is more so for how your body functions, what your body needs. So it's functionality, whole foods. Such as you guys need to eat lean protein, you guys need to eat complex carbs, veggies, what makes your body feel good. Now soul food on the other hand is what our body wants.
Yeah.
Like what do you want when you want to eat?
What kind of desire?
Desserts and some. The soul drink, it counts.
Sure, it's soul food.
And I love my alcohol here and there to unwind.
To unwind, okay. Mindfully,
Yeah.
hope so.
Yes.
There you go.
1 glass, udah cukup. Just to relax.
What about you, Coach Ehab? Stop laughing, Coach Ehab.
This is going to be everything. Literally, I love everything. I love the soul food more than the whole food, definitely. But I'm trying to manage it as much as I can. But I really love sweet stuff. I'm craving for sweet stuff. Donuts.
Pastries.
Everything
Pastries.
that's sweet. Cakes.
Okay.
Martabak manis. Martabak manis is my
Everything.
favorite. Yeah, it have to be every weekend. I have to have martabak manis. I cannot 2 or 3 days. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He has a really quick metabolism, so as you can see, he eats a lot of martabak but stays lean. So not everybody can do that.
What about you? What's your soul food?
I'm gonna explain. My soul food is chocolate. Everything chocolate except for I do not want to drink chocolate. So hot chocolate is not my thing. But if you give me triple chocolate of anything, quadruple chocolate of anything, I will eat because that is my soul food. I rewind after every day with literally chocolate after my dinner. I cannot go a day without chocolate. So that's my soul food. Keep us sane, right? So going on. We were talking about whole foods, we were talking about soul foods. Now we break it down what food actually is. Food is actually fuel for us, right? Now those fuels are coming up from 3 things, which are protein, carbs, and fats. Now probably a lot of the viewers out there, they don't know the differences between protein, carbs, and fat. Now these are actually macronutrients that our body needs to fuel us to function for every day. Now, from you guys, what's the protein, carb, and fat looking like when you are eating daily?
Well, depends on the budget.
True.
That's accurate.
If I just got my salary, steak. No, because I'm a meat eater, full-on meat eater. I have soy intolerance, so I can't have too much soy. But so meat is my go-to if I have a lot of baru gajian. Steak lah. Nice fancy dinner, steak. And then salmon, right? But then on budget, huh?
Mahal semua ya?
Gajian.
Oh iya, benar.
Early on. End of the month chicken na.
Telur.
Telur.
Yang penting ada protein ya.
Segitu agak-agak langsung turun, right? Yes, probably I would say like chicken most of the time. Yeah, that's mine sih. Kalau protein ya.
Carbs and fats.
Carbs, I do. Now, this is for some people who kadang suka nggak percaya. I eat rice, but once a day udah cukup. I can't have too much like morning, lunch, and dinner rice. Cannot. So I would have my bread. I would have my rice later on in lunchtime. Usually lunchtime rice because I need more energy to function. And then dinner I would get pasta. That's the easiest one.
So you go varied with carbs, yeah?
Yeah, because I get bored. Then my fat, olive oil.
That's all you cook in, basically. Yeah. How about you, Coach Ehab?
So I'll start with the protein because it's my favorite, and I think I always focus on more protein. Whenever I eat more proteins than the carbs, which is I need to increase the carbs.
You need to increase the carbs.
So for protein, I really appreciate the meat. This is like Suzanne, but it's just like so hard to find the good meat, and especially here in Indonesia, it's quite like difficult for me. But if I just like have the opportunity, I'll just like take it meat first, and then chicken, grilled chicken. I always like have grilled chicken most of the time in my lunch if I'm not fasting.
Yeah.
And also the eggs just in the morning, or oats is not like purely protein. Right? But I just like prefer to have it in the morning with like omelette or white egg. That would be good for me.
So your fats are probably from martabak, from the butter, and
I think the fats I mostly I take it from the
pastry.
Like avocado or like something. Yeah, this is I now I knew that it's also fats, but I think it's not high enough because I'm just like low in the fats. But at the same time, the carbs is like Susan like to do is like mixing because I'm really like low. Like I cannot have nasi or like rice for too much.
Yeah.
No, I cannot. So
memang bukan orang Indonesia, Bapak.
Yeah.
Orang Mesir.
So my favorite is me. I prefer to have
noodles.
Okay. Most of the time, more than rice, except if the rice have taste. So if it's just like one white rice with no taste, it's so hard for me to just like go with it.
Yeah, because you have the Middle Eastern.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Middle Eastern
I
like
to have
spices.
it, spices. And also, I think most of the time I have the bread. Bread is the main source of bakery in general, not only bread. So yeah, this is my
your protein, carbs, and fat.
All right.
Cool. So like you've heard, I'm gonna explain. So what you heard, there's a lot of various proteins, various carbs, various fat sources from what Coach Sue said, from what Coach Ehab said. So you guys can actually mix and match, and we never like demonize carbs. Now for me, I kind of go with what Coach Sue says for carbs. I don't go rice all the time because it's just boring. It's not that rice is bad for you or white rice is bad for you. It's just boring. Like if you eat rice every day, bosan gitu doang. So there's bread. You can eat bread. You can eat white rice. You can eat potatoes. I like potatoes also.
Oh, I love sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, ubi. Sweet potatoes. What else is there? Whole wheat pasta. If you want to eat a little bit of cookies here and there, like quick sugar, by all means you can do that. And then for protein, steak. Steak is good. But I can't eat steak every day, see. Enough. For me,
if it's a Japanese cut,
marbling, A5 Wagyu gitu ibu. Mahal ya?
Itu dia. Only early on itu teman.
Abis itu
udah. Apa? Telur gitu.
Bisulan dong.
White-nya doang, white.
Oh my gosh, ya udah.
Just a small reminder that I'm fasting.
Yeah.
I'm struggling here, guys. Help.
Jadi, dosa.
Yeah. But a good tip is that if you love to eat steak and then salmon and then chicken, make sure during that day that you are mixing a bit of both of lean meat and fatty meat. Let's say you're eating steak, a big steak for lunch, and then you eat another big steak for dinner, and if your goal is usually fat loss, that fat content in those two proteins is quite high, especially if you choose a ribeye steak or your A5 Wagyu steak.
Yeah, or sirloin.
Yeah.
Sirloin, tenderloin's better.
So manage that fat intake when you eat your protein. Also, for carbs, do not demonize carbs because if you are training, you need a lot of fuel, especially before a workout. We always preach, not an empty stomach when you work out. Some people do go on an empty stomach, but they train for that already. Now, it's easy, like quick carbs. What do you do before a workout?
Well, I actually go whatever I have at the time.
Such as?
Anything. Example ya. Right now ya. Ada martabak tuh Ehab. I have martabak in the Tupperware.
Maafkan kita Ehab.
think this is wrong topic in Ramadan.
Or
this is wrong topic.
Or it could be like, I don't know, like chocolate, just like, well, you see me devour the entire bar of chocolate before.
Yeah.
Busy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because I needed the energy. Depends. Whatever I can get. Or sometimes like banana bread.
Let's go banana.
Yeah. Or banana. Yeah.
Banana.
See, like they say, like you just need energy. Food is energy, so never demonize any food. But it's like, how can you use food to fuel you? Like eat those food at the right time. So you don't eat a bar of chocolate at night because you're stressed.
Yeah.
Itu namanya stress eating. But if you're eating a little bit of a chocolate just to power you through the training, then that's actually fuel for your training.
Yeah, it's the energy.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you guys want to add about protein, carbs, and fats?
Carbs also. A lot of people think that, I only have to eat this right. Actually, there's a lot of type of rice, right?
Oh yeah.
The white rice, brown rice, red rice, black rice. So for those who like, especially me, I actually have a colored rice in my pantry. So if I want to feel like this rice, jadi I don't get bored. And then that's another tip.
That's cool. Oh, one more thing. Actually, portioning. A general portion guide for you guys. Let's say for women. For like a normal meal, what we do is hand portioning, right? At Empire Fit Club. So hand portioning, you go a palm size is for your protein, a cupped hand size is for carbs, and a thumb size is for fats. So on average, for women, that's 1, 1, and 1 of each. And then for guys, it's 2, 2, and 2. Just a general portion guide for you guys. Now, moving on. We talked about whole foods, we talked about soul food. Now, according to you guys, why do we need soul food? I mean, this is the important question here. Soul food.
To live.
Yeah. No, I think especially us, we're foodies, right?
Yeah.
We eat to enjoy life. We work out so we can eat more. I guess that's why. Yeah, right. Like I want to eat a chocolate, but I don't, okay, so I use it this time, so it's fueled me up instead of like, I can't eat this because I'm not supposed to, and then this, and then you just become super sad in the inside.
Yeah, and then you just like, I don't want to eat. I can't
And
have
then you
energy.
become enemy with food, right? So whenever you see carbs, when you say, nggak mau, nanti ini, or like this, So I think it's like the things that make you happy or relax you, or, I mean, some people, I know, like, some people, doesn't matter. For them, food is food, just to survive, like 1, 2, 3, 4. But knowing, like me, I enjoy eating.
Yeah.
And I don't want to restrain myself for not eating the things that I would like to try. Jadi ada jenis baru nih, this is kayak trend, like this trend. Ooh, I want to try it,
She tries a lot of things. Pink drinks.
Oh yes, I would try anything that's new. Ini ada baru, apa ini? Let's try it. I would try everything. Doesn't mean I like it, but I will try it.
try it, yeah. She's adventurous with food. Pink drinks.
So that's me.
How about you, Coach Ehab?
Why do we need
Soul food?
Well,
You got a lot of soul.
yeah, I got a lot of things to say. You need soul food so you feel better. You feel better about what you are doing and what you are going to do. This is my reason for.
So it's like
having
mentally, yeah?
Yeah, so I like to have my soul food as a reward of hard works that I did for the last week, for example, or like as like preparing myself for the next week. So I just like can be both. As a pre-workout, we can just like have soul food, and at the same time, if you just like have a good and decent workout, you can just like, okay, I can have my 20% like today as like rewarding yourself. So I think soul food is good as a reward.
Yep. So like you just said 20%, and then you said it just to make you a little bit happy. So just like in life, we need balance. Yeah. We can't have everything 100%. Okay, I'm gonna go super strict on my diet. Let me go eat salad. Let me go eat boiled chicken, boiled potatoes, broccoli. That means you're going 100%, and then that goes into basically restrictive dieting. Even us coaches, when we train, we don't eat chicken breast. We don't eat broccoli. I mean, those are whole foods, but you can spice it up a bit, zhuzh it up a bit. That's why we call it 80-20 rule. 80% is coming from whole foods that we were talking about, lean protein, complex carbs, healthy fats, and then 20% comes from martabak, comes from pastries, comes from chocolate, comes from noodles. Kalau kalian suka bakmi, ya tapi nggak kebanyakan gitu ya. That's why everything is in a balance with nutrition. Even with training, we need a balance between training and recovery. Don't take everything full steam, because at the end of the day, we're talking about sustainability. Yeah, everything is longevity, sustainability, and then making sure you progress not just in a week where you're super into your diet, and then the next week you're like, okay, let me eat pizza, let me eat martabak, let me eat and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So that's our take on nutrition. So if you ask us one thing, so can I eat this or can I not eat cookies, we'll always tell you we will allow you to eat anything in moderation.
In moderation, you're 20%. And also, I think if you restrict yourself on that soul food, I think it messes
Your
with
mind.
your mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's what happened to me.
That's what happened to me now too.
Fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like when
Fasting
you're
kasi
fasting,
bigla,
right? You restricted yourself from eating.
Yeah.
And then when you want to berbuka, you want everything.
Iyalah.
Gitu kan?
You're just talking about you.
Where if you think about, okay, when I eat, like even though you berbuka, I have my 80% and then my 20% is kind of like balance
Yeah.
compared to like,
Need and want.
you know,
Basically.
100% soul food, and then afterward you feel,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's
True.
very, very true. So everything balanced. 80-20 rule, so stick to that. That's a daily thing though, not just 20% you go ham on Saturday, Sunday, where
Weekends.
the weekends. 80-20 is a daily rule where you can still manage your nutrition and then still see progress. So anything else, guys, on the topic of soul food and whole foods?
No, I think it's okay. I'm trying to think, what else we have?
What else do we have?
Got the 80% whole food, no
Nothing is restricting.
You
Just
still have
remember
your
that.
20. However, different 20% for different people.
What do you mean?
I know someone that the 20% is Greek yogurt. So it's not really, but that's her. So
Oh,
it's
that's her
still,
thing. Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's still considered better
Yeah.
because it's protein, right? But then she was like, "Don't you eat chocolate? No, I don't like chocolate. Oh, you don't like this? No, this. So what makes you happy? Greek yogurt.
So go get your Greek
Go get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what keeps you sane? And everybody's food preferences are different. So that brings up to another point where you should not match your diet with any other else's diet.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Or like-
Anybody else's diet, yeah.
Or like when you see on Instagram, like this influencer, no bad feelings, but I'm saying what I eat on a day is her eat on a day.
Yeah.
And your eat on a day is different from mine, nor from Ehab, you know. I can't try to match hers because maybe one thing, the budget is different.
Yeah.
You know. Or second of all, where she lives and where I live is different. So
True.
she can eat fancy protein, I have tahu tempe. You know, different. Don't know. So I think people just need to start learning about what their body needs.
Explore
Get to
what-
know yourself.
Yep.
What can you eat and what you can't. I think that's important, key.
Awareness. Basically awareness. Anything to add, Coach Ehab?
Can I ask what's the 20% of the pizza?
20% of the
Is it like can be sliced or just have to be like one?
Now that again depends on someone else's body, someone else's training, their lifestyle. I mean, if you're super active, then your 20% can actually be a bigger chunk of soul food. Yeah. No. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that. Anything else?
I think also added like the 20% because it's like the thumb size, right? 20%. You instead of cutting the entire thing, example, misalkan like Ehab would have one whole martabak by yourself, but then telling Ehab to only have one piece, he would go crazy.
Oh yeah, he would go crazy.
Yeah. So I think also tips like you can cut it little by little the portion until you're accustomed to have like one at a time. I remember I'm able to eat 4 cinnamon bun
Oh my god.
in one go. And then you saw me eating one and it's like, Suzanne, this is more than 20. And then I remember I used to have 4, not 1.
Yeah, which is basically
now,
25%.
half.
Yeah.
No, nggak bisa. Karena it's like
Slowly cut it down.
nothing instant or nothing suddenly like drastically change.
Yeah.
You know. Take your time on the portioning stuff, I guess.
Exactly. I like that tip.
Yes.
Want to add anything else, Coach Ehab?
That's
Nope.
everything I think.
All right, sweet. So that wraps up our talk about soul food and whole foods. So if you guys want to ask us questions, please comment in the comment section. Follow us, subscribe to us, and we'll see you guys on another Empire Fit Talk.